Hey yo, who the realest? What's the illest? It's your man Jay.
It's your man Twon.
And this is
Techtastedaily.
Now, you were saying something about what, scooters, mopeds? What was going on?
So, well, you know, I'm into the whole EV thing, electric vehicles and whatnot. You know, rolling my Tesla, and I'm into anything electric. I got my electric skateboard.
You got the unicycle.
I got my electric unicycle.
As well you should.
And I'm trying to get an electric motorcycle or moped or some shit I can roll with for those short trips, you know?
Nice, okay.
And so I was reading through my news feed.
Right.
And I saw this article about a company that if I'm being honest, I haven't heard of.
Wow.
It's a company called Revel. And I want to say they're out of New York. These guys from Revel, DC, the Revel, the shared electric moped startup, is building a DC fast charging station for electric vehicles in New York.
Really?
So they're doing some stuff in New
Okay.
York. That doesn't mean that that's where they are. Oh, wait. The company said Wednesday that its new super hub, which is located at the former Pfizer building in Brooklyn. No, that's again where they're doing stuff. I'll have to look up where they're located. But anyway, what's interesting to me about this particular company is the fact that, number one, they're selling electric vehicles. They're selling the electric mopeds.
Right.
So that's dope.
Okay.
But more importantly than that, mopeds are dope and everything.
Sure.
But what I'm really into right now and thinking about and considering and looking for investment possibilities and opportunities in is the EV infrastructure. That is to say, all the stuff that you need to live a happy, range anxiety-free life with an electric vehicle.
Is this like green energy?
Yeah. When we talk about electric vehicles, we're trying to be green.
Okay.
Some might say that you still have to charge it and the power comes from coal. Well, not really anymore. Coal is like 20% of the U.S. power anyway. But so these days, especially in Washington, where we're at, most of our power comes from hydro.
Facts.
So we've got dams.
Yep.
Damn it, the beaver did, or somebody in Washington. Anyway, so because we have all this hydropower, our electricity is very clean and very cheap here in Washington. So no, my Tesla's electricity does not come from coal. It comes from water, baby. My car runs on water. What?
So that's a good point. I mean, do you think it's all cap, or do you think that these mopeds really might be kind of the future of transportation, the way that they're building out the infrastructure?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
That's not what I expected you to say.
So, no, well, I mean, I'm just saying the mopeds.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rolling around on a moped.
Right.
I'm in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Seattle. It is not sunny here, especially not right now.
Good
You know what I'm
point.
saying?
Right.
So,
But you be rolling that unicycle, though.
not in the rain.
You said that so quick.
Right?
Okay, you were in
So-
San Francisco when you was doing
Right.
that.
I bought the unicycle when I was in San Francisco,
Right.
and I used to roll it all the time in San Francisco because it doesn't rain that much
Yeah.
in San Francisco. But here in Washington, I keep saying, today I'm going to go capture some 360 content on my skateboard or my unicycle.
Right.
And I look out the window, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's why I'm not all on board with the mopeds and whatnot. Great idea, great thing for San Francisco,
Right.
great thing for Austin, where it didn't do too well, by the way.
Oh, it didn't?
No, great thing for San Diego. So what had happened
Wait a minute.
was.
If it didn't do too good in Austin, then why are you so interested in it?
So again, I'll get to that in a second. I'm less interested in the mopeds and more interested in the infrastructure build out that they're doing.
Okay.
But in their defense, the reason that it probably didn't do that well in Austin is because they launched it. They just canceled it in December, but they launched it in the middle of COVID.
They canceled it?
Yeah, they they canceled. They moved them out of Austin because, as this article says here, they weren't able to penetrate Austin's car culture.
Well, that doesn't count if it came in COVID, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they started in the middle of COVID. Shared mopeds haven't been successful everywhere.
Right.
Revel pulled out of Austin in December. Reig said that at the time that the COVID-19 pandemic, which has caused ridership to fail across shared micromobility services, along with the city's deep-rooted car culture, was proven difficult to penetrate.
Okay.
So, people like their cars in San Diego. They have car shows there, people riding with their tops down and stuff. Nobody wants to be rolling around on a moped.
But you, my friend, are looking to the future.
So, what I'm interested in is not this moped shit, but if we scroll back here to the top, this image shows exactly where my interest lies.
Okay.
So, this image shows charging infrastructure. And that's where EVs are really hurting. That's where we're really waiting for something to happen, right? The wait is all about range anxiety, right? People are waiting for there to be charging stations like there are gas stations.
I just want to go where I'm going to go and be guaranteed I'm not going to get stuck.
I don't want to have to plan ahead. Where am I going to charge, and how long do I have to wait, and how far is that out of my way? Nobody wants to do that. People just want to go where they want to go. Right? So what we want is charging infrastructure. We want to be able to just roll up and plug our shit in and run in and grab our snacks or whatever we're going to do, or, run to the bar or the restaurant or whatever we're doing, and know that there's charging in the parking lot or somewhere nearby. So you can park your car, charge it for the 20, 30 minutes that it takes to charge it while you go get your grub on.
And it doesn't take weeks of planning or turn into some ordeal.
Right. If I'm going to meet the homies in Tacoma, say for dinner. Tacoma's what, like 45, 50 miles? Not outside the range of the Tesla. My car can go a good 240 miles before I need to recharge it.
Right.
Not the way I drive. So let me rephrase. I can go about 180 miles the way that I drive, round trip and make it back home okay.
Right.
So that means 90 miles there, 90 miles back.
Okay.
So that means I can go to Tacoma, but I can't really make any side trips and have any side adventures. If I go to Tacoma, meet the homies for dinner, and then come back here, I'm stuck until I charge.
Okay.
So I want to be able to go to Tacoma and know that I can charge a couple blocks from the restaurant.
Right.
So while I'm eating at the restaurant, my car is charging, I hop back in the car, and I roll back with the full tank. That scenario doesn't really exist just yet.
Have a lot of people who are, I'm going to say Tesla drivers, but I should say electric car drivers. Is this a big complaint among that community?
Not Tesla drivers, for sure, because there's superchargers pretty much everywhere. And my car I can charge for free.
All right.
So there's destination chargers, there's superchargers. If you don't have an EV, you don't have a Tesla, you don't know what the difference is. What you're looking at on the screen here, this is a supercharger of sorts. It's a high-power charger that will typically charge your car to full in less than an hour.
Them joints be everywhere. Every mall I go to, I mean, they seem like they're everywhere.
The ones that are at the mall, unless they're Tesla chargers, most likely are not superchargers. They're probably destination chargers, which are like the one that I have here in the garage, which charges your car at about 30 miles an hour.
Okay.
So every hour that it's plugged in, you get 30 miles of range.
Oh, dang.
Right? If you go to a supercharger or something like this high-powered DC charging, you can get, in that same amount of time, in an hour, you can get 100 miles, 200 miles.
That's much better.
My car will charge at a supercharger, will charge to about 200 miles in an hour.
So with the rate that these are being built and implemented into the kind of the infrastructure of our economy and then the nation, let's say, or even worldwide, is the trajectory that it's going to be what you are aspiring to, like just normal, where it's everywhere and you don't got to worry about it?
Well, so that's what. Have you heard of Electrify America?
No.
So Electrify America is a result of the VW debacle.
What?
Where they call it Dieselgate.
Okay.
So that is basically. There's a whole nother video that could be done just on that.
I'm not hip to Dieselgate now. I need to know.
So if you're not hip to Dieselgate, basically what had happened is VW, they lied about how much emissions that their diesel vehicles were putting out. They're like, our diesel vehicles, they burn clean diesel, they're low emissions, it's great, buy our diesel cars because they get lots of gas mileage and blah, blah, blah. As it turned out, they had put some device into the car that said it was emitting less emissions than it really was. So you could pass emissions when you get your tabs. You pass emissions and everything, but it was doing something funky in the car to make the emissions not go out the exhaust pipe. So you would pass, but you were still dumping all kinds of fumes into the atmosphere, polluting the planet. And so they got caught.
Liars.
And as a result of getting caught, there was like some multi-billion-dollar settlement or something, and what they had to do, maybe it wasn't billions, maybe it was only millions. We'll have to look that up. Links in the description. But what they did is they had to build a bunch of EV chargers. So Electrify America is the company that was started to spend all of VW's Dieselgate money. So basically, the government said, you have to pay these millions or billions of dollars because you polluted the environment by lying and saying your cars don't emit all those fumes.
Right.
And we're going to take that money, we're going to put it into Electrify America, and Electrify America is going to put chargers all over the United States.
Is that happening?
Yeah, they're popping up everywhere.
No.
However, they are not popping up at the rate at which the Tesla chargers have. So this is a map of the Tesla supercharger network.
All right.
And if I can get it up here fast enough, that's what she said. I will show you the Electrify America map if I can find it fast enough. But look at this. Like with Tesla, you can pretty much go anywhere.
It's cracking.
You can go wherever you want. There's pretty much a supercharger anywhere that you want to go. These little red dots, except for the ones with the T's on them, the red dots are Tesla, what do you call them, stations or stores and whatnot. But I can pretty much drive from here to anywhere in California. I could drive from here all the way back east to New York. These dots, if we were to map them out and look, these superchargers are typically within 150 miles of each other. So since my car will go 240 miles, I can make it anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the United States. And there's a supercharger no more than an hour away from me. So that is what we want, and that is what these Revel guys are trying to do now. You can see some of this Middle America, Midwest type stuff is a little sparse.
Yeah.
But back east, all up and down the coast, it's just spatterings everywhere. They're filled.
Right.
And up and down the West Coast, just filled. We've got the routes across Highway 10 at the bottom and I-90 at the top. And there's even a route across Canada up here.
This looks nothing like the Electrify America map, dude.
Did you find the Electrify America map?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring up your screen and see what Electrify America looks like. Bam. There's Jamal's screen with the Electrify America map.
Look how sparse that is in comparison to the other maps.
So let's look at that and compare that to what we're working with Tesla.
Oh.
So that's Electrify America.
It's not even half, bro.
This is Tesla.
Dang. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Y'all need to step your
Electrify
game
America. Tesla.
Step
And
it up.
the Electrify America map is bigger on the screen. Let's zoom in a little bit here. When I make it bigger, they get smaller. Anyway, you get the idea. So this is one company that did this because they wanted to.
Right.
This is VW saying, sorry, we polluted the planet and lied about it. We'll build a few superchargers.
We have to do it, so
We have to do it. And their network isn't, well, it looks like you can almost make it across Highway 10. A
little bit.
But there's no I-90 route. You can't get from here to New York,
You know?
on the Electrify America network. So anyway, long story short, what's interesting to me is that these Revel guys, they are building charging infrastructure. Their goal is to fill in some of these blanks. Really, if I'm being honest, their goal, as they stated, is to electrify cities. So I care less about that because in the city where I live here. I have a charger in my garage.
Right.
I don't need help.
Facts.
But at the same time, it would be nice to be able to go downtown, go to Ohana, and have there be a charger somewhere around.
Say less.
But then again, because I'm a Tesla owner and my car has free supercharging, why would I charge anywhere where I have to pay? I charge for free at home, or I charge for free at superchargers. So fuck Electrify America and fuck these Revel guys. But for those of you that don't drive a Tesla or that drive a newer Tesla
Right.
and don't have free supercharging, you got to pay.
Oh.
You know, so if you got to pay anyway, you're probably going to want to go to whatever the closest gas station, EV charging station, and most convenient EV charging station is to you. And these Revel guys are making more of them and making them more convenient, so you can go wherever you need to go and not have to go too far out of your way to get charged.
Do these guys have any competition? Is anybody else doing this?
So I'm glad you asked that, because I've never heard of these guys. I just heard of them this morning when I saw this article show up in my news feed. But I'm familiar with Electrify America, which you can't invest in because it's basically Volkswagen.
Right.
And then there's ChargePoint. And ChargePoint you can invest in. Their stock, or the SPAC that holds them, is about $36 a share right now, if I remember correctly.
Right.
I bought it at $8 a share.
See, man.
So winning.
Killing it.
And then there's ChargePoint and Blink. There's Blink charging. Blink charging is a little cheaper. I want to say Blink is around 20. Again, I got that about $8 a share. But the Blink is the smaller one. ChargePoint is much bigger. So if you're looking to invest in charging infrastructure, I would probably lean more towards ChargePoint.
Is this the future? Do you think this is where, I mean, where do you see this being in 5 to 10 years?
So this is why I'm interested in this article, and this is why I wanted to talk about it here on Tech Taste Daily, because to kind of follow along with the stuff we talked about with AMC and GameStop, these stocks, unlike those, these are stocks that are speculative. They're spec plays, I'm guessing, and what I think the future is going to be.
Right.
GameStop and AMC, those are the past. We know what that is,
Right.
and we know what that's worth, and it's not worth no $400-something a share, sorry. But these stocks are these companies, Revel, Blink, and ChargePoint. If we end up with hundreds of thousands, millions of electric vehicles in the next 5 years or so, where are you going to charge them?
Doesn't that seem inevitable? Of course we're going to
It's
end up with
inevitable.
that.
It's coming.
Yeah.
So if you're in doubt, if you're an internal combustion vehicle driver, or
Fracking!
ICE car, if you're an ICE car driver, internal combustion engine driver, you might believe that electric cars are just some fad, some new thing that only those IT guys that want to drive a battery-powered car are rolling.
Right.
Let me tell you, you're wrong about that.
Yeah.
Because of emission laws, because of what Joe Biden's about to do, because the planet is dealing with global warming, and if you don't give a shit about any of that, because electric cars are about to be cheaper.
Oh!
It's already cheaper to charge and drive your electric car.
Yep.
Like when I'm on the highway and somebody rolls up next to me in a Porsche,
Right.
or Lexus,
Yep.
or whatever they're rolling, or that Chevy with the Hemi, and they're next to me revving their engine, looking at me, making all that noise,
Trying
and
to keep
popping
up,
all
and
that
they still-
smoke,
they still
and then
can't
I
keep
hit the pedal. I don't make a sound, but I leave them in my dust. I don't make a single sound, and that's satisfying to dust them without making a sound. But what's even more satisfying is when I get home and I plug my car in the garage and I charge it for free.
You didn't need to go to no gas station.
No gas station, but more importantly, when I used to drive my Jag, it had the what do you call it? The instant instant fuel economy or whatever. It showed you how many miles per gallon you were getting.
Right.
At that instant. So when you hit the gas to race or somebody or take off real fast from a stop sign, it would go from like 28 miles to the gallon to 0. And it would stay at 0 until I took my foot off the gas, and then it would go up to like 2, 4, 6 miles to the gallon. And that's where it stayed most of the time when I was accelerating and turning and whatnot. Until I got on the freeway and I hit cruise control, then it would pop up around 28 miles to the gallon. So that feels like there's dollar bills flying out of the gas, flying out of the exhaust pipe.
Why they did it. Yep.
Right, when I hit the gas and it goes down to 0, I'm like, ooh, this is costing me.
That was the value.
But when I do that in the Tesla, when I hit the pedal and I smash on these fools and I leave them in my dust, I'm giggling the whole damn time because it didn't cost me nothing.
You already paid
There's
for it.
no 30 miles to the gallon. There's no 0 miles to the gallon. If I get to the supercharger, I plug that shit in, I charge for free.
All that was included with the purchase.
Right? Not even on my electric bill. Here at home, I get a couple dollars here and there when I plug it in on my electric bill. But if I smash on some fool on my way downtown and then I hit that supercharger in Ballard, that race was free. It didn't cost me a dime. So anyway, the car itself is about to be cheaper. Give it a year or two, your brand new Tesla Model 2 or whatever they call that next model, or even your Tesla Cybertruck. The Cybertruck's like $40K. You go get yourself a F-150 and tell me how much you pay.
And look
Right.
at how popular they are already, even
Right.
though they're not
That's
cheaper
now.
yet. Come on, man.
Wait 5 years when you can get that Tesla for 20 grand or 25 grand, and you're gonna go pay what, like 40 grand for a Honda?
Yo.
You pay 40 grand for a Toyota Corolla? I guess maybe 25.
Tech Taste Daily fam, mark down the date of this video. We'll check back in with you 5 years from now and report the progress, and we'll see what's up.
I say 3.
Yeah, okay, we'll see.
Watch it in 3. It's coming for you.
Yes.
In 5 years, it's over. Game over.
If we get there and we have not posted the video, y'all hit us up in the comments, remind us, we'll post it. I guess
So that's it. Tech Taste Daily. Watch for the EVs. Watch for the EV infrastructure. Keep an eye out for Revel here. Revel is up and coming. But if you don't have some already, get you a position. Get you some stocks in Blink. Get some stocks in ChargePoint. And get you some Tesla too. What the hell?
You see what you like and you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button. And hey, if you really want to help us, subscribe. We would really appreciate it.
Get on it.
Peace. Tech Taste Daily. Aren't you gonna do the base in the space thing?
Base in the space means peace. See you later.
Tech Taste Daily.
I was like, why isn't he doing it?